Title: I Don't Care About Anyone. Once upon a time in a small, quiet town nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a man named Samuel. Samuel was known far and wide for his peculiar declaration, "I don't care about anyone." He wore it like a badge of honor, a shield against the world's demands and expectations. Samuel was not a recluse, nor was he a heartless soul. He was a tall, lean man in his early 40s, with piercing blue eyes that seemed to hide secrets. He had a mop of unruly black hair, always in need of a trim, and he dressed in plain, unassuming clothes. He had a modest house at the edge of town, a small garden, and a black cat named Midnight that he often claimed to care about more than anyone else. People in the town couldn't understand Samuel's indifference. They tried to include him in their community events, invite him to gatherings, and offer their help when he seemed to need it. But every time, Samuel would reply with the same phrase, "I don't care about anyone." It became his mantra, his shield against the world's attempts to connect with him. As the years went by, Samuel's reputation grew, and the town's curiosity about him deepened. Some assumed he had suffered a great loss or endured a traumatic experience that had hardened his heart. Others thought he was just a bitter man who had given up on life. One crisp autumn morning, a new family moved to the town. The Johnsons were a lively bunch, full of laughter and warmth. Their daughter, Lily, was a bright and cheerful girl who had an uncanny ability to see the good in everyone. She was not deterred by Samuel's aloofness and decided to befriend him. Lily would often visit Samuel's garden, tending to the flowers and chatting with Midnight while Samuel watched from his porch, sipping his tea and pretending not to care. But slowly, something began to change. Samuel found himself looking forward to Lily's visits, her cheerful voice, and her radiant smile. She was unlike anyone he had ever met. One day, as the leaves turned golden and the air grew cooler, Lily approached Samuel with a question, "Mr. Samuel, why do you always say you don't care about anyone?" Samuel hesitated, caught off guard by her curiosity. But instead of his usual reply, he looked into her eyes and said, "Well, Lily, it's because I was afraid. Afraid of letting people in, afraid of getting hurt." Lily smiled gently, "But Mr. Samuel, sometimes it's worth taking that risk. People can surprise you with their kindness." Over the following weeks, Samuel and Lily's friendship deepened. She introduced him to her family, and they welcomed him with open arms. Samuel slowly began to realize that caring about someone, opening up to the possibility of friendship and love, wasn't a weakness, but a strength. As the town watched the transformation of Samuel's heart, they too began to see the power of connection and compassion. Samuel's mantra, "I don't care about anyone," began to fade, replaced by a newfound sense of belonging and acceptance. In time, Samuel learned that caring for others enriched his life in ways he could never have imagined. He discovered the beauty of human connection and the warmth of a community that had always been there, waiting for him to let his guard down. And so, in the quiet town nestled between the hills and the forests, the man who once declared, "I don't care about anyone," became a testament to the transformative power of love and friendship, teaching the town that sometimes, it's worth taking the risk to care about someone after all. As the seasons cycled through, Samuel's friendship with Lily continued to deepen. Spring brought new life to his garden, and he found himself eagerly planting new flowers and plants to add to its beauty. He even asked Lily for gardening advice, a subtle admission that he cared about her opinion. Summer brought warm, sunny days filled with laughter and adventures. Samuel joined Lily and her family on picnics, hikes in the nearby woods, and even helped her build a treehouse in their backyard. The townsfolk couldn't believe the change in Samuel. He had gone from a solitary figure on the outskirts of town to a lively participant in its social fabric. One sunny afternoon, as Samuel and Lily sat under the shade of an old oak tree, Lily turned to him with a smile. "You know, Mr. Samuel," she said, "I've never met anyone quite like you. You've taught me that sometimes, we just need to give people a chance, even when they push us away." Samuel chuckled and replied, "And you've taught me that sometimes, it's worth letting people in." The bond between Samuel and Lily grew stronger with each passing day, and it wasn't long before the entire town recognized the positive influence they had on each other. Samuel's once neglected house became a hub of activity, filled with the laughter of children and the warmth of friendship. Midnight, the once solitary black cat, now enjoyed the attention of a whole community of admirers. As autumn approached once again, the townsfolk decided to celebrate the newfound camaraderie that Samuel had brought to their lives. They organized a grand festival in his honor, an event filled with music, dancing, and delicious food. Samuel, who had spent most of his life on the fringes of society, was overwhelmed by the outpouring of love and appreciation. Standing on a makeshift stage, surrounded by friends and well-wishers, Samuel felt a tear escape from his eye. He cleared his throat and began to speak. "I once declared that I didn't care about anyone, but I was wrong. I care about all of you, and I'm grateful for the kindness and friendship you've shown me." The townsfolk